Okay, yes. Bonjour. Good evening. My voice is audible to everyone?
Yeah, good evening, bonsoir.
Good evening. Yes. Okay, since we have two students here, so can we do 2 minutes introduction quickly? Can you unmute yourself one by one and tell
Yeah,
us something about yourself? Currently, you're pursuing any French level or you have done
yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah.
level?
Yeah, good evening. My name is Madhuri.
Yeah.
So I have given my DELF A1 exam in June 2024. Currently, I'm taking A2 classes with IIFL. Uh, same batch, same time batch, 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. batch.
Okay. So you appeared for the exam already, you saying?
Yeah. A1 I've appeared. A2 I haven't appeared. I'm preparing.
So A2 you are still learning, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's lovely. How was the exam, Madhuri? How was your experience?
It
Because that
was
will
good.
help us to discuss here and you will able to relate more.
Okay. So for A1, I did not attend any classes. I did all the studies by myself, and it was good. I scored 89.5%. I just got the result.
Oh, that's
Uh,
nice.
yeah, thank you. Except that it's been a month, and I realized that you have to be in constant touch with the language. Otherwise, you forget all the basics. I worked hard before the exam. Now that the exam was over, I thought I'll take a break, and so
Hmm.
I think I lost touch. So I have to get back to the basics again and revise. So that's what I have noticed with this language. Since because we are picking up the language at a later stage in life, right? You have to be in constant use of that language. You have to be with somebody
Yeah,
with whom you
it's a
can speak.
constant practice. It's a never-ending
Yeah,
practice. Just like in English
yeah,
also, today also we come across many new words, right? Though we speak English day in, day out, isn't it? I'm
true,
talking for
true,
myself. So even today also I come across many words which I don't know, right? So it's
true.
a
Yeah,
never-ending process and you should, of course, it's an everyday affair. It's not that I've given the exam and, I'm done.
correct. I agree.
Okay, so it was good to hear that you did it on your own, and of course you scored very well on that front. So
Thank
congrats once
you.
again, Madhuri, and I hope this session helps you more, right? It helps you to deepen your understanding. Okay?
Sure. Yeah, I look forward to that. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So the next person, Sanchit Chaudhary, is that the name? Can you unmute yourself? Okay, I think he's not there. Not a problem. So, Madhuri, let's just start with the topic, right? As it says, French A2 examination and preparation. So, A2 topics,
Yeah.
if you have realized during your classes also, they are just an extension of what you learned during A1, isn't it?
Yeah, correct.
Correct. So, exam pattern is same. Okay. I'll just show you around the exam. This is the typical structure for exam. Are you able to see the screen?
Okay. Yeah, I'm able to.
So
Okay.
listening, reading, writing, speaking, right?
Okay.
Comprehension, it will be short recordings about everyday life and they are played twice, right? And maximum duration would be 5 minutes. 5 minute clips are there. Reading comprehension, again, the text will be presented in hard copy in written form. You need to read it, understand it, and answer the following questions. Writing, now in A1 level, our writing word limit was how much? How much words are we supposed to write?
Was it 50 to 75? I think 50 is a minimum
Yeah,
word count,
between
right?
40 to 60 we need to close. You are close enough, right?
Okay.
Hello?
Yes, Shilpa. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
so
Yeah.
and here the word limit will increase. Okay, you need to write the same thing in 80 to 100 words.
Okay.
Okay, so it will be two short pieces of writing. Two short pieces will be there. It could be a letter to a friend or a message or a postcard kind of a thing. Are we clear?
Okay, okay. So unlike A1, wherein the first section will have you filling the form.
Yes,
So
there
here,
was a form filling exercise, but here it is not form filling. In both the cases, you are describing something or writing a message. Form exercise is not here at A2. Okay, Madhuri?
yeah,
Now, what is typical category of that writing? To describe an event or a personal experience. Suppose you went somewhere, right? You went on a vacation at new location. So you're describing that I did this activity, right? I went here, we saw this, some famous monument or architecture, you can provide the detail. Okay.
okay,
Then if suppose you got any message, okay, and you want to acknowledge that message. So invitation you received. So you want to acknowledge that thank you for inviting me and I'm looking forward to come, right? Congratulate. Somebody shared some information, so you're congratulating them. Like that. Okay? Expression. It's more based on
okay.
expression. How you express your feelings. Are we clear?
Yeah,
If you have any doubt, you can ask me, right? Then speaking would be three parts. Like it's like same that you did. So how was your speaking design last time as well? How was it?
it was good, Shilpa. I scored 22 actually, much
Very
better
nice.
than what I expected. I lost in writing. Like
Oh, is it?
I yeah, yeah. Part
So you
two.
huh.
Yeah,
So writing, I think you need more work over there.
yeah.
It's more.
There also I scored 20, but I feel like I misunderstood the question a bit. Like part two. After I came out, I realized maybe I should have added more points as per the question requirements. Mine was
Oh,
more generic answer rather than answering specific to that question.
okay. So the question was not addressed particularly, right?
Correct.
Okay, okay, not a problem. So here we will see with the help of two examples what all expressions we can put up. Okay, Madhuri, hope that will help you.
Yeah.
So speaking is same like the A1 only, guided conversation, then a monologue and an interactive exercise. Got it? 6 to 8 minutes timeline is this.
When you say monologue, we did not have that in A1, right? We just had to pick up those chits and
Yes,
answer questions.
there will be a list of topics. You need to pick up one topic. For example, what is your favorite season or what you had for breakfast today, right? And then you need to say about it. Examiner will not say anything regarding that. They will simply listen and they will mark you on the basis of the vocabulary that you use, the expressions that you put forward, and how fluently you are speaking. Got it?
Okay, okay.
So what monologue you got over there in the real exam, last exam?
Um,
Do you remember?
uh, uh, Monologue. I did not get many monologue, right? For A1, it was interactive exercise where you go to a restaurant or probably a store and then,
Oh, it was
uh,
an oh, yeah, dialogue frame.
yeah, 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 true.
Okay, okay.
So I got a topic where I had to visit a restaurant and check out the
Order
menu and ask
something,
for,
huh?
yeah, order something.
Very good. So that's why I'm trying to make you, give you a warm up so that you can connect because the grid is same, the pattern is same. It's just more
Okay.
lucrative and more in-depth concepts applied, right?
So
So
when it comes
total,
to grammar or other topics, right? Do we have any extra grammar topics that needs to be covered for A2, or just you need to practice on the existing grammar topics that we
no,
prepared for
there
it?
are of course very new topics, tenses also, I should say, topics and tenses also from A1. Several new tenses will also be added to your kitty, which you will use in your writing also.
Okay, okay,
Okay. So the total length of exam is 1 hour 40 minutes. Total marks is 100 marks and overall requirement is 50% of marks. This
okay.
is the blueprint of the exam. Is that clear? Let's just see the topic wise organization. So this is the what you can say. I tried to inculcate a diagrammatic picture that what weightage which topic include. I hope most of the topics you know now, right? Since you are at A2. So nouns
Yeah.
and articles, verb conjugations, highly weighted, right? Verb conjugations, regular, irregular, both. Can you see it's
Okay.
32.1%?
Okay.
Okay. Idioms and phrases are important when you are expressing, when you're writing, when you're drafting something. So there, if you include such phrases, they help you to gain extra points. Okay. Vocabulary, idioms,
Yeah.
everything is included here. Adjectives and adverbs, nouns and articles. Then pronouns. Pronouns are very important topic for A2 level. There are many different pronouns that you will be reading. New topics, like you asked me, right, Madhuri? So pronoun is one of the new and important topic at this level, right?
Okay.
Verbs we have learned mostly at A1. It's just new tenses that we will use here, and our verbs will change accordingly. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So here what you need to take care is adverb. Adverb is a new topic which would be introduced at this level. Idioms and phrases, pronouns. Are we clear with this segregation? Any doubt?
No.
I'm asking for all the students who have joined. Okay. Now, I'll share with you one paper also, which will be our reference point. Okay. It will become easy for us to talk on that. So like you mentioned that writing is a bit difficult for you, bit challenging, I should say, isn't it?
Yes, Shilpa.
I'll just share one thing. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
So this is one of the papers here. This is writing section. Okay. Two exercises are here like we discussed. Okay. Can you read this question and tell your understanding? What does the question talks about? Anybody? All the participants who can read the question and tell us what does it asking or what is the question about? No? Madhuri, do you want
Okay.
to try?
I'll read. Yeah, I'll try.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, le 2 octobre dernier, vous avez passé une nuit blanche extraordinaire. Vous décrivez cette nuit dans la rue, spectacle, genre, ambiance. Vous donnez vos impressions générales. So on last 2nd October, you have passed or spent a white night, extraordinary white night. I don't know what you meant by white night, but you describe the night, this night on the street, the spectacle and the ambience, etc. You give your general impressions on that.
Hmm. So basically, what is the question here now? What they're asking? Nuit blanche is like a what do you say? It's a term for a night which is an event kind of a thing, which is full of surprises. Okay, there are music, arts, theater, everything, and it's a street show. Le spectacle est dans la rue. Okay, it's a street show.
Okay. Okay, something
So,
like a carnival, right?
what you saying?
Something like a carnival.
Yes. Okay. So this is what is required. Now try to understand the question more clearly. In the first line, they have mentioned the night, the event, basically, right? This part. They have mentioned the event. What you are required to do, you describe this night. So first thing you need to write down or take, circle or mark the important words. Like you said, that my answer was more generic. Rather, I did not answer the question particularly, right, Madhuri? So to beat that or to, go beyond that limitation, what you have to do, you need to circle that what is actually the question is being asked. For example, here, the first thing is décrivez cette nuit, means you describe that night. Then in the description, what all should be included also they have mentioned. Spectacle, genre, ambiance. So shows, people, how was the environment, how was the feel, everything. Got it?
Yeah.
And then you need to give your general feedback. That how did you find it? What was your experience? And this need to be done in 60 to 80 words. Is the question clear
Okay.
now? So our
Yes.
writing should rotate around the description. Description points also they have mentioned. Okay. And how was our experience? What is our general way out, our feedback on this? That you need to do. So in English, if anybody could quickly draft something and want to share here, I can give 5 minutes for that. In English. No? Okay, I'll share the response with you. You can see here. Can you see? This is one of the draft that we have prepared. Is it visible to everyone?
Yeah.
So the very first line I will take as the first line of the question is my opening line as well. So that will help me to get more, 11, 12 words on its own. Can you see? I just copy paste the first line. Le 2 octobre dernier, j'ai passé une nuit blanche extraordinaire. It's the same line as of the question. So you are just introducing. Okay, there should be an introduction. Simply introducing. Got it? And then
Yeah.
you need to tell that what is happening. Where is it happening? It is happening in the street, right below your house. It talks about that, right? And which tense we are using in the second line? Il y avait. Imparfait. We are describing something, so that's why I'm going to use imperfect tense. I'm not going to use passé composé here or il y a for that matter. Okay? And then you write in one line that what you saw. Okay, you simply need to describe what you saw for the very first thing. What was your first sight? That's it in the second line. Okay, then in the third line, you are expressing your opinion. You are giving your opinion. J'adore le film. I love the film. And it is the name of the film that you mentioned. It's a very famous French movie. So it will help the jury to connect as well with you. Okay. And then again, we saw it's an imperfect tense. It will help you to get more points, right? And then you mention the movie name, how you feel, you left the movie. So until here, the word limit reached to be 35. So already you have done 35 words in 3 lines. Now, what we are doing here, read the next line. We are introducing our friend and we are trying to connect the scenes here. Okay. After the film, I went for this film. I liked this film. After the film, me with my friend participated in a street concert. Now here you are entering into the concert which you were talking about, Nuit Blanche. Madhuri, are you able to connect the lines? Huh?
Yes, Shilpa.
Now here you are introducing that with your friend after watching the movie, you are able to get into the concert and you're trying to link two different scenarios. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, in the concert, when you participated, what you saw, you need to mention that. What does it say? What does the writing says? Again, imperfect tense, right? There was a lot of people, and what you mentioning? What are you mentioning? And I don't like that. Je n'ai
Okay.
pas, right? So the conclusion you need to provide in the last line. Because my friend was not there, I returned to my place around 4 o'clock in the morning and I slept the entire following day as it was a sleepless night. Right? And then you conclude like this. So here you have taken 3 instances and connected them together.
Okay.
Are you able to follow how this is happening? How you need to draft one by one? You need to be creative,
Yeah.
you need to be vocabulary based, but also you need to be logical also. Right? You need to justify also. Because in the exam, there are marks, as you, if you can see the grid, for coherence and cohesion. There are marks for coherence and cohesion. How do you put across the ideas in a logical manner? Right? So this is the grid for judging your writing section, the part 1. And what does it say? The first thing it says that you need to propose the situation. You need to address the situation, like what you are going to address here. The very first line should talk about that. And when you do that using the very first line in our writing, which I took right away from the question, I did not frame my words, I get 1 point. Okay. And the capacity to narrate or to describe. For this, we need to use imperfect tense mostly because the event has already happened. And when you're describing any happened event, the tense preferred is imperfect. And you need to talk about
Okay.
what activities you saw, what places, what kind of people, etc., etc. So that was also we did, right, in our writing. And it was for 4 points. As soon as you do it, you'll get 4 points. Then you express your impressions, your feedback. Okay. Whether you liked it or not liked it. Explain why you liked it or did not like it. State it with a reason. Simply don't say that I don't like it. You should also say, like in our writing, in our sample, what we said? Did we like it or not? If I go back to my writing, my sample, did I like it or not? I did not love it. It says, why? Because there were a lot of people, beaucoup de monde. And that's why I returned to my place. Make sense to all of you here?
Yes.
So this is one of the draft. Of course, these are drafts, okay? You can make your own writing otherwise also. That's not a problem. Shall we move to the next section? Next part. There are 2 questions in writing, right? This is the second one. Let's just see what is the second question. What does it talk about? Who can tell us quickly?
It talks about summer vacation.
Summer vacation. One of the friends is writing, describing his, there's a mail he dropped. He describing his vacations. Now, what you are required to do? What is your exercise? What you need to address? You respond to Perry for your advice, for asking him to advise you for a vacation spot. Right? You describe the place, you talk of the activities and that you do, and also tell what you love. This is your exercise. So again, what we have to do, describe a place. So in this case, you need to check up with a place which you know already. Okay? Always choose a place or a situation or a reaction which you know already, so that you are able to write freely. You can connect with the topic. Are we good? Now this is one of the drafts here for this exercise. Can you see the screen? Screen is visible?
Yes, Shilpa.
Now here there is one very good expression in the very first line, which I want you to take it down also. Whenever somebody asks you for your advice, this one thing you can use and then give the advice. Je te conseille de. Je te conseille de. And then you tell what to do. So for your vacation, I advise you to go to Nice. Then you tell that what all things you can see. In the second line, it talks about that. You describe the place. It has, it is, the weather is good. The place is
See, there
nice.
is
The people are good.
okay.
Right?
So Jean is people, is it?
Yes. Et les gens sont sympas. The people are nice. They're kind. And then you explain, when did you go? How you can be so sure? You need to validate your point because you also went there. You were there. Right? And what did you do? Jet ski. This is all about positive. But when we go somewhere, it's not all bright and sunny, right? Some things are there which you want other person to be aware of beforehand, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe it is
Yeah.
a food related thing or weather related thing, anything, right? people related thing. So that thing also, if you mention, that adds an extra value, extra marks to you. The only negative point is that there's a lot of crowd on the beaches, right? So like this, you can also include something. When you're giving advice, you should provide both the pictures. And don't talk about something only positive, only negative. It will help you to give the holistic view of the situation. And then you close your writing clearly. Which tense is used here mostly? Which tense have they used? Again, imperfect. Because he's describing his experience, no? That is why. Are we able to follow? And the total word limit for this entire draft that you're seeing is 74 words. Shall I change this or you are taking notes?
Yeah, you can change that.
Okay. So this is about your writing. Okay. Writing has two sections, two questions. We have addressed both of them. Then comes your which section? Okay, let's just talk about speaking part. We have not talked about it. Production oral. Can you see the screen?
Yeah.
Speaking section, 6 to 8 minutes you need to talk, and it is of 25 points. So the first one is what? To have a general talk about yourself. The candidate presents himself. He talks about himself, his family, the profession, or the likes and dislikes. Okay. And also pose the he could be asked for similar questions on the topic that he was talking. Okay. It is basically self-introduction. Your profession, your likes, dislikes, what do you, where do you live, what do you do, etc., etc. Then comes monologue. Monologue is it's a list of topics given to you, and then you need to choose from one of the topics here. Okay, explique pourquoi, and then you explain also. For example, the third one, if we pick up, quelle est votre saison préférée? What is your favorite season? Explain why. Explique pourquoi. So how do you do that? What is our general approach for that? Huh? Anybody who wants to add anything here? Share their experience or anything? The exercise they did? No? So here you can pick up any season. For example, if I take summer, right? So summer is my favorite season. Then you need to say why is it favorite. You need to support also. Okay, why? Because it's very hot. It's good. It's good for health. And then you say, for example, we can go to the beach. The days are longer. Like this, you can support. And to gain extra points here in the monologue, You can support your answer more by telling the disadvantages of the other seasons and what makes you dislike them. For example, I gave all the points that why I like summer. You can also mention other seasons saying why you don't like that. For example, I can say I don't like winter because it's very cold. I don't like autumn because it's very windy, right? And it rains a lot.
Okay.
So, like this, you don't need to stick to the point. To enhance your point more, you can also highlight other negatives, but that should come later. Okay, that should come later. In the beginning, you need to support your main idea that my favorite season is summer. I like it when it is hot and people are out, it's vacation time, we can go to the beach, we can wear beautiful dresses, the days are longer, I can play more with my friends. And I don't like winter because it is cold. I don't like autumn because it rains a lot. Simply, very, very little. And you have justified your choice also. Are you able to get my point here? How do we
Yeah.
do that? Okay. Now, next could be, for example, if we come back here. So, this is one section of monologue. Then, the interactive session, where you will have one-to-one contact or dialogue with your jury member or the examiner. So there are four subjects here, four situations they've given you. Oh, sorry, not four, 10 situations, right? You can pick up any of them. For example, I take this one. This is shorter. What does it say? Who will like to address this question? Sujet du à la pharmacie. What
Okay.
does it talk about?
It talks about a dialogue at the pharmacy.
At the pharmacy, you need to describe. But what do you need to talk about exactly? Uh,
Uh,
what should be
you
the
want some
dialogue?
medicine? Okay. Demanded. You would like to know about these medicines from the pharmacist. You explain why, and you ask some questions about the quantity and the duration of the
Yes,
treatments.
treatment, right? So basically, these all things you need to jot down when you're drafting your dialogue. Okay? Because many a times students read it and they just frame a generic dialogue. Okay? Do you have this? And they just ask on the surface questions. They don't ask it particularly related to the situation mentioned here. So first of all, we should be very, very clear. So here, two, 3 points are here that vitamins. Vitamin should be mentioned. The keyword you should note down that I need to talk about vitamins. I need to ask for advice. Vous demandez conseil au pharmacien, right? You're asking for the advice, so you should use that tone. You should use that kind of words over there. Okay, and you explain why and ask the question about quantity and the duration of the treatment. All this your dialogue should have, nothing else. Don't become very generic about that. Is my
Okay.
point clear? For example, you can start with bonjour. I want these medicines. I want these vitamins, please. Parce que je ne vous pas tomber malade cet hiver. Take the line from there only, from the question only, because I don't want to get sick this winter, right? So as soon as you enter into the shop, start with bonjour, greetings. These also fetch you more points. Okay? And when you're speaking, you should be smiling and don't show stress over your face. These are some soft points, subtle skills that we need to follow during our speaking as well. Okay? So the shopkeeper or the jury member could ask you what after this. When you mentioned your need, what could they say? How much do you want? Right?
Yeah.
He asked you, how much do you want? So Now the second point says what? You ask for their advice. When he is asking you how much you want, and the question says you need to ask for the advice. So you direct your question accordingly. You direct your dialogue accordingly. You will say, je ne sais pas, I don't know. Pouvez-vous me conseiller? Can you advise me? Right? I want you to advise me. How many vitamins should I take per day? So with this, you justified the question also. You are asking for the advice. Okay? So you go there and you say, I don't know. You advise me. How many do I take per day? So the pharmacy could mention you like how much. Hello, is my voice clear?
Yeah,
Hello?
Shilpa. It's clear. Yeah.
Okay. So he can say that maximum you can take one per day. Vous devez en prendre maximum un per jour. Right? One day, one vitamin you can take. So you seek his advice and he gave you that advice. Then he asks you like, do you give it in a bottle or how is it served? So it says there are 30 tablets per bottle. So it's for a month dose. So it's a month dose. You need to answer the duration of the treatment, no? So it's a month treatment. It's a month-long treatment. Right? So you can say, yeah, d'accord. Please give me three bottles or 2 bottles. Je vais prendre 2 bois, s'il vous plaît. I would like to take 2 bottles, 3 bottles. Right? And then you ask for combien ça coûte? How much is the cost? Very simple sentence. How much is the cost? He'll tell you the cost. And then je vais payer par carte. You mention the mode of payment. How I'm going to pay by card, I'm going to pay by cash. And then you close the conversation. Merci. Right? Au revoir. Are you able to follow? So like this, you should design. So here we answered everything. You asked for the advice. You explained why. You asked the questions on the quantity and the duration of the treatment. We answered everything, right, Madhuri? Do you think it's a justified response?
Yes, Shilpa.
Okay, very good. So there are 4-5 instances you get. You need to check for yourself which one is better for you. So one tip here is whenever you're choosing one dialogue for yourself, please note down the keywords that this thing I need to answer. And this will help you to make your dialogue more precisely. Okay. Any doubt you have or any feedback you want to give, you can tell me. Anything in particular?
No, Shilpa. I'm good.
I hope this session was helpful for you.
Yeah, it definitely was. I could understand the structure, and based on that, I can direct my preparation.
Yes, always.
Like I like the pie chart where you mentioned the weightage of each of the sections, right? So yeah.
Yes, you can refer that pie chart when you're preparing the exam topics, right? It will help you.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions for me? Or if not, then we can close.
I don't have any questions. No, we're good to close.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time then. Okay. I hope it was a good session for you to attend. I did justification to your time.
Absolutely.
Okay, then all the best with your A2 level. Okay,
Yeah,
score
thank you.
more with good marks. Bye-bye. Au revoir.
Bye. Au revoir.
Bonne journée.
Bonne nuit. Good night.
Bonne nuit.